What's going on, everybody? It's finally that time. Down to the last two teams. Down to the best two teams. Down to the two teams that I thought, and deep down in your heart, you probably knew it's going to be Alabama and Clemson again. These are the two best teams far and away in the country. Clemson looking for revenge. Alabama looking for another title. Now, I've said it since basically my wrap-up video of last year. I thought these were the best two teams in the country coming back this season, and it came to fruition. Alabama beat a gritty Washington team, and Clemson just emasculated Ohio State. They proved that Ohio State did not belong in the playoff. And even if they did, as I predicted, Clemson just beat the shit out of Ohio State. So suck on that, Buckeye fans. Anyway, I have a lot of respect for Clemson, what Dabo Swinney has done for that Clemson program, and it's going to be a formidable task for Alabama to beat Clemson for 2 years in a row. I love Alabama football, diehard Alabama fan, but I got to give credit where credit's due. Clemson is going to be a very, very tough team to beat this year, with revenge on their mind and the guy they got pulling the strings at quarterback in that defense. Defense might have taken a step back with some of the guys that they lost last year, but it doesn't look like it the way they played against Ohio State. So Alabama's going to have to be on their game. We're going to play our best game of the year, this championship game. No doubt about it. If we don't, we can get beat. Straight up. I can admit that. I don't know how it's going to go down with Sarkisian being the offensive coordinator, only having a week to get ready. Probably a little bit less than that. But I do know one thing. I know that Alabama has the best defense in college football. We have a bunch of studs on the defense. And when it comes down to it, if that's what has to keep us in the game, then that's what has to keep us in the game. I think Alabama's defense was embarrassed last year in the championship game. Honestly, and I haven't heard this before, I honestly think that might be why Jonathan Allen came back for his senior season. Because he wants one more shot at that Clemson offense. This is the most hungry defense that I've seen at Alabama. The best defense that I've seen in Nick Saban's 10 years. Yeah, Clemson can put up some points, no doubt about that, but they're going to have a tall task beating this defense. With that being said, our offense has to click on all cylinders. We can't come out and bullshit. Quarterback run, 3 passes in a row, whatever. That's not Alabama football. Alabama football is running the damn ball. We have to run it straight at that Clemson defense, right into the teeth of that defense. Everybody knows that Alabama always has the cream of the crop at running back, no matter who it is. You can look at the lineage for the last 10 years since Nick Saban's been there, and it has not dropped off at all this year. Damian Harris is great. Bo Scarborough is going to be the guy that we're going to have to lean on heavily. He's a Derrick Henry clone, and he's going to have to run the hell out of the ball in this championship game. Straight up, we have to run the ball effectively. The wide receivers absolutely have to play their best game of the season against that Clemson secondary. And what it all comes back down to is Jalen Hurts has to make good decisions. He cannot fumble the ball. He cannot take sacks in the backfield. He cannot make poor decisions, or we're going to be in trouble. Our defense will keep us in the game. I have no doubt about that. Because while Clemson has revenge on their mind and they want to get that title, Alabama's defense, I think, is hungrier because they got embarrassed last year. Yeah, I won the game. But I'd say at the end of the day, when they dusted themselves off after celebrating that number 16 coming back to Tuscaloosa, when they thought about it, they were embarrassed by how many points and yards they gave up to Deshaun Watson and Wayne Gallman in that offense. The same guys are going to be on the field this year, and that defense has to step up this year. We can't give up 43 more points this year. We just simply can't. Defense has to play better. Offense has to play the best game they played all year. Jalen Hurts has to play out of his mind. We have to run the ball. Our Darius Stewart, Calvin Ridley got to step up their game. And while I sound cautious, I'm cautiously optimistic that Alabama is going to win this game because we have better weapons. Man, Clemson has a lot of talent on that field, but I think Alabama has just a little bit more. And I think it's going to be the outcome of the game. Our defense, and finally, proving who has the better talent. Because Clemson is right there with us. 1A. But we're still the kings of college football. And we're still number one. And we're going to stay number one come Monday night. Number 17, coming back to Tuscaloosa. Mark it down. Clemson, a lot of respect for you. Your fans, your coach, players, the whole program. But you're still not at Alabama's level. And we're going to prove that to you next Monday night. Leave your comments below. I can't wait to get this game going. I can't wait to see Alabama win. I know it's going to be a great game. It's not going to be a blowout either way. I can go ahead and tell you that. It's going to be a freaking grinded out, hard-nosed, fought, whoever last man standing basically is what's going to be. You know, that last man standing is going to be, it's going to be the Alabama-Crimson Tide. So, big roll tide, everybody in Alabama Nation. Let's get this game going. Leave your comments below. Let's have a good hate week. That's all I got. Roll tide. We'll holler at y'all after the game Monday night, win or lose.